Yeah, yeah. We haven't seen him a lot. I'll say that. What I have seen, and coming into the season, watching her in college, I said the single best thing that she does that young players don't do is she plays at an incredible pace, and pace can get you really, really far, and there's great value in that.
What I consider to be absurd arguments from the Olympic Committee, the people that put together the rosters, and of course Cheryl Reeve, and they talked about things like she would be a distraction, Caitlin Clark, her fans, they didn't want to have to deal with that. Just absolutely absurdness, and we have all seen the pettiness that Cheryl Reeve, the head coach of Team USA and the Minnesota Lynx, how absurd she's been.
Shifted fast, and everything changed, because this wasn't just another game. It didn't feel normal at all. From the start, it felt like something different was about to happen. Coming in, everyone expected the same story. Team USA in full control. Experienced. Disciplined. No doubts. On the other side, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two names already wrapped in debates, pressure, and constant comparisons. But once the ball went up, that script started breaking. Right away, Caitlin Clark changed the rhythm. Every touch of the ball moved the game in a new direction. Not just scoring, but full control. Like she was setting the speed of everything on the floor. And when that happens, the whole game shifts. Team USA started reacting instead of leading. And that's where problems begin. Mistakes came one after another. Missed coverages, poor spacing, and hesitation in big moments. Meanwhile, Clark kept pushing the pace, calm and sharp with every possession. Then came Angel Reese. Not loud, not flashy, but impactful. Controlling rebounds, owning position, doing the small things that quietly change momentum. And suddenly, the dominant look of Team USA started fading. They didn't look sure anymore. They looked under pressure. Even the sideline told the story. Cheryl Reeve wasn't panicking, but she wasn't fully in control either. And in games like this, that matters. Because when things don't go as expected, the spotlight doesn't just stay on the court anymore. It moves everywhere.
The WNBA Rookie of the Year, and now she's starting to be in the MVP conversation. Now, in case you guys didn't know, of course, she had a record night last night as a rookie. I believe it was her 26th game last night. Caitlin Clark had 24 points and a new WNBA record, 19 assists in one game. But remember, we were told she was not ready to be on the Olympic team. One of the biggest self-serving effing lies I've ever heard in my life. Well, ever since last night's record-breaking performance, and by the way, she's got double-doubles in, I believe it's like 5 of the last 6 games, something absurd. Caitlin Clark's been on a rampage, an actual non-stat padding version of a double-double. Looking right at you, Angel Reese. Well, let's just say that today, after last night's performance, Cheryl Reeve is getting destroyed. She's getting absolutely worked because we got the Olympics coming up. There's about to be a sizable break. If I'm the WNBA right now, I'm so pissed because not only is my league rolling, but you're about to lose a lot of this momentum because Team USA has to go to the Olympics.
With the Olympics just around the corner, everything in the basketball world is about to shift. A long break is coming for the WNBA. And if you're watching closely, you can feel the tension building. The league is finally catching fire, the attention is rising, the energy is real. And now it's all about to pause as players head into the Olympic Games. Right now, that timing changes everything. Because the moment things stop flowing the way people expect, questions start to spread. Why isn't it working? What changed on the floor? And who is actually taking control when it matters most? Every time those questions came up, the spotlight kept drifting toward one name, Caitlin Clark. Whenever it looked like Team USA was ready to settle back into control, she answered right away. A deep shot when it mattered. A clean pass under pressure. A single play that flipped the energy instantly. And at that point, it stopped feeling like just another possession. It started feeling like something bigger was happening every time she touched the ball. That's what makes it so dangerous for opponents. Nothing about it was expected. And when expectations break, the reaction becomes louder than the play itself. That's when moments stop being normal highlights and start turning into full statements. In the middle of all this, Caitlin Clark wasn't just fitting into the system. She was bending the story around her every time the ball came her way. And Angel Reese wasn't just watching from the edge of it either. She didn't just add to it, she made the whole thing louder. Because together, they shifted the entire feeling of the game in real time. Nothing felt the same anymore. Every possession had weight. Every run had meaning. And now the conversation is no longer just about who won or lost. It's about something much bigger than that. It's about what all of this actually says. Because if Team USA can look this shaky at moments, then what does that really mean for the standard everyone believed was untouchable? And if players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese can step in and shift the energy this fast, then what happens next when the stakes go even higher? That's where things start to get complicated. Because this moment doesn't just stay in one game anymore. It follows everyone involved. Every player. Every decision. Every adjustment from the coaching staff. Nothing gets forgotten now. Because choices get replayed. Possessions get broken down. And the pressure doesn't fade after the final whistle. It builds. And the questions that start here don't go away easily. They only grow louder the longer this story continues.
Any sport in the Olympics. Not now, it won't. I can guarantee you that. Besides assists, three-point shots, scoring, rebounding, what does she bring to the table, man? Honestly, you can throw blocks and steals in there, too. Kennedy Carter and Cheryl Reeve look absolutely horrid right now. Seriously. Quote, if you wish to discover a woman's faults, all you need to do is praise her to her girlfriends. That's pretty interesting. I mean, seriously. The pettiness, it overflows right now out of this league, and it's now affecting the Olympics and the coach, as well it should. The sport that wants to be more popular can't get out of its own way. They're getting destroyed. Seriously. It's a terrible look. So much for the others are better arguments. Here's some of the other players on the team versus Caitlin Clark. This is their statistics. You see in the green, well, Caitlin Clark is better than these players that are on the team in that particular statistic. All these guys. All right. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 statistics right there that she's got them in. I mean, seriously. It's crazy. By the way, she leads the league in assists per game. She's got almost 6 rebounds a game as a point guard. 1.5 steals. 0.8 blocks a game. Kelsey Plum, Jewel Lloyd, Diana Taurasi's dinosaur-hating ass, Chelsea Gray. Well, that's 4 players right there. Caitlin Clark outweighs. And I said, Diana Taurasi shouldn't be on this team. She's a dinosaur. I mean, seriously, there's something wrong about her that's just not... There's just something about her that's just wrong in caps. I can't put my finger on it. No, I know what you're trying to say. She's white and she's straight. In an activist basketball league. By the way, once again, Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Reeve, both part of the LGBTQ elemental P community.
Right now, fans aren't just reacting to the final score or the outcome anymore. They're reacting to the way everything unfolded from start to finish, and that's what's really grabbing attention. It didn't look like something random that just happened in the flow of the game. It didn't feel like a lucky run or a one-time spark. Instead, it looked steady, calculated, and completely under control in key moments when pressure was at its highest. And that's exactly what makes it even more powerful, and at the same time uncomfortable for a lot of people watching closely. Because when a game starts to feel controlled like that, it's no longer just about talent showing up. It starts to feel like there's a deeper layer underneath everything. Decisions, adjustments, timing, and players stepping into moments with full awareness of what they're doing. That's why this story doesn't end when the clock hits 0 or when the final whistle blows. In fact, that's where the real discussion begins. The focus has already shifted forward, and everyone is now looking ahead instead of back. Because the real question isn't just what happened in this game. It's what happens next after a performance like this. If this momentum continues to build, if this level of control starts showing up again and again in different situations, and if it slowly turns from a single strong performance into a consistent pattern, then what we just saw was never meant to be viewed as just one moment in time. It was the early sign of something much bigger starting to take shape. It was the beginning of something much bigger. And that's what makes this moment impossible to ignore. Because when players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese start taking over games in this way, it doesn't just change one matchup. It forces the entire league to react. Suddenly, every team has to rethink their approach, every coach has to make new adjustments, and every opponent has to find a way to answer back. But the truth is, not everyone responds the same way. Some rise to the challenge and level up their game. Some struggle to keep pace with the intensity, and some simply can't adjust fast enough and get left behind as the game moves on without them. And that's where the real story starts to unfold. Because right now, what we're seeing is not the end of anything, not even close. It's the beginning of something that's still forming, still growing, still building momentum with every possession and every performance. Moments like this don't just disappear once the spotlight moves away. They evolve. They get studied, they get analyzed, and they come back even stronger the next time these players step on the floor. And if that pattern continues here, then what we just witnessed was only the first chapter of a much larger story. Because now the real question is no longer what happened in that moment, it's what happens next after it. And whatever that answer turns out to be, it has the potential to change everything about how this game is played and how it's remembered. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep sports stories like this, because the next chapter is already loading.